Hey everyone, this is Aaron with Crypto Trends. Today, April 8th, 2019. Today we're taking a look, excuse me, I need some coffee already. Today we're taking a look at market makers, why they are good for crypto, and we'll be taking a look at a few coins where they are missing and what happens to them when they're missing. Also, TKY, the key. What is its holding company? Did you even know it had a holding company? Well, we'll be taking a look at that, and that might shed some light on who the key is. So we'll get on with that. But first off, please keep in mind that this is not financial advice, just my opinion. And please excuse my voice. There's like a ton of pollen or something in the air, and I'm like really raspy here. Yeah. So anyway, getting to the market makers here first. If you notice this, this drawing on the left, okay, and it's like the Grim Reaper or whatever sitting on top of a donkey, and he's making the donkey go whichever way he wants it to go with a carrot in front. And the donkey is the retail investor. It also includes other non-retail investors like whales. They're kind of in the middle between retail and institutional, but institutional investors can also be included into that mule, that donkey. Okay, and so we have the CO. Notice it's labeled CO up there. That is for composite operator. That's what that stands for, and that is another name for a market maker. Alright, so that's interesting, and I thought that little diagram was interesting as far as how the CO can make the market go whichever way they choose to. Quite interesting stuff. So let me make sure that I'm streaming. Yay! Stream health looks somewhat decent. Last night had issues. That happens sometimes. Excuse me, man. Okay, so a market maker. Let's go take a look at. BTC USD. Why? Because we know that one has a market maker in it. A CO, a composite operator, and a pretty talented one at that. Okay, so these guys, this group, this individual or whatever, they know what they're doing. All right, they know what they're doing. They're very experienced, and yeah. So how do you tell if there's a market maker in a coin? So right now this is USD on the dollar, okay? And we're looking at it at Bitfinex. Okay, so how do you tell if a market maker is in a coin? Well, what happens is that a lot of the times is that the way that the trend goes, you can figure out on a psychological basis what a market maker is trying to do. And plus the moves will be, I hate to say, but I mean somewhat predictable based on where, if you take the psychology in the background and you have that background, you can say, yeah, this is fairly predictable. By looking at it, you can figure it out for the most part. Not 100%, of course. I mean, it's still the market. But you can tell what the CO is trying to do and where to push it. And of course, you're going to have the market trends that may sway it one way or the other. Then the market maker will say, okay, well, that was a failed test, so let's go ahead and try something else. Let's try the other way or test it again. And they give it some time just to let the market kind of catch up, to catch its breath, that type of thing. But here in Bitcoin, let me get out my little pen here. Okay, good. That's a good color for you guys to see. Anyway, you see this location here. This is the markdown. Let me get out of the, let me take the volume off. There. Okay, so we have the markdown area where it came up high and it was marked down. And you notice this little area here. And then it dropped. Okay. That is an important mark of a market maker. to where all of a sudden it stopped. They stopped selling and they reversed it. Okay, they reversed it. And they're checking to see how much demand and how much supply is in the market. That's what they're doing. And they're seeing, okay, well, it went up this high, the price is still going up, let's dump it a little bit more. Wham. And what they want to do is they want to get the coins cheap, inexpensive. And so they're doing these tests. And so you'll see stuff like this, where it's kind of like building up steam and going down and stuff like that. That's an important sign. And the way that it rolls and stuff is important to gauge the will of the composite operator and how well they can actually push this up and how quickly they can achieve control over a market. Now, the one that did this, I think in this area here is when we had several players get out, namely the CBOE. They're out for whatever reason. I am expecting them to come back in at a later time, but not until this CEO, who's doing their thing, which is a lot different than this garbage up here. This is a professional. This is a wannabe professional. So this is, frankly, this is the difference between in here. This is the difference between a whale or the CBOE compared to the CME and Fidel. Okay, this would be the caliber of somebody from Fidelity, Fidel. This is CBOE stuff, whales. Trying to do it, but not very. Let's just put it this way: it's not very. It's not elegant. All right, they don't have. They have some skill, of course. Yeah, they have a lot of skill. Yeah, but it's not to the level of being elegant. And to me, right in here, this is very elegant. These guys know what they're doing. They're playing with large stocks. Okay, way bigger than Bitcoin. They have a lot of money. Okay, but this is a composite operator, a real one. Okay, that's doing this. And you can actually tell by the patterns that they make. It may seem crazy, but if you study Wyckoff, that's I bring it up all the time. If you study Wyckoff, you will be able to tell the difference. And this is on the 1 day. Let me go to the 30-minute, and we'll go look at this thing up here. Because like right in here, we have point of supply, and then a BC, which is a buying climax, and then we have an automatic rally, all that good stuff. Notice how wicked that was. Yeah, that's interesting how wicked that was. And it shot up, and then it came down and did a test. And so the timing of this is quite elegant. I'm quite impressed with this CEO that's doing this stuff. So hey, hats off to you if you're listening. And yeah, it's doing a test and stuff like that. It's coming up. Had an up thrust, another failed up thrust test. Also, this was a good one. It came right down to the point of supply. That's that PS. Yay. And anyway, this is a good thing. Okay, this is really a good thing. Composite operators bring stability and validation into a coin. Okay, so for me, this is now saying that yeah, Bitcoin has, and then there's other coins out there, has been validated as a valid asset to move into. Okay, and so that is really good news. And you might be thinking, oh my God, I'm crazy. I'm talking about market manipulators being good for the market. Absolutely. Because they make things go up. Okay? And then they go down. If you're a trader, this is gravy, man. Okay? We don't care if it goes to the moon. We want this volatility, that's this righteous volatility. That's what we want. And in crypto, we can get that really, really fast because crypto is very, very flexible, and it's exciting that way. Very exciting. Okay, so this is a good coin. All right, this is a good valid coin, Bitcoin. All right, the big boys have put their stamp of approval on it. And I mean the biggest boys, okay? Let me get some coffee, more coffee. It's one of those days. You can probably tell by my voice. Hi. All right. So, what's a coin where there is not a composite operator in it? This is going to amaze some people, but it's TRX, Tron. Tron. I don't think there is a composite operator that's even interested in this coin. Okay. That's on the one. Let's go to the 1 day. Okay, fine. Is this? Well, that's USD. Let's look at it. ETH. Come on, thingy. Scroll down, baby. There you go. TRX. And hey, for those TRX holders, it's up 7.81%. Yay. Congratulations. Okay. So we had this huge spike, right? Where it went up to its record highs. Please note, it almost hit that. It actually went above record highs with candles, not with a wick. Have you guys noticed that? But yet the price wasn't the huge USD amount, was it? No, but in sats, it hit record highs on candle bodies. Not, this one wick was way up here, but it wasn't too far from that. Okay, so getting back to this coin. What do we have? We have some very trying to do something, okay? Trying to do something. Somebody that has some skill but is not accomplished. All right? We'll just say they're not accomplished. Reason being is because on this uptrend, they let the spike go too high. Okay, they let the spike go too high, too fast. Also, you'll notice that up in here, it just doesn't look nice. It is, it's like they're putting the carrot too far out in front of the donkey, and like, oh my gosh, we screwed up. Let's pull it back. And so now it's too close to the donkey, or actually behind the donkey. And so they're overestimating their positions. They don't quite know how to position it to the market. And that's what's happening here. You can see this by this huge wicks where they're going back and forth. They're trying to zero in on it through basically trial and error instead of expertise. So, Tron manipulator here. In my judgment, you're not very good. Look for a different occupation. And then we see the same thing with this huge spike. Yeah, tremendous FOMO. And then what happened? You had, if I put the volume back on up here, you can see. Let me do the volume so you guys can see. VOL. There it is. Yay. Okay, if I put the volume back here, you can see how the huge amount of volume it took to get this thing bumped up. They are forcing this thing up, which does happen, yeah. But over here in this area, there should not have been that much force to push it up. It should have been a lot less, okay? So somebody is really burning money. Big investor. This is like a whale doing this stuff, telling people how to do it. And so the guy has the money, so they do it. So this is like a whale saying, okay, let's bump it up. Here's more money. Push it in. Getting FOMO. sees the price go out, and then all of a sudden, okay, that's enough, got nervous, I'm out. Short term. Idiot. He could have milked this thing for much, much, much longer, but he wanted the short term gain. But what happened is that he, or whoever it was, got a whole pocket full of slippage, and they may have got their money back and a little bit more, but for the most part they lost a ton of money on Tron. But basically they're out right over here. Fine. And then we see some other stuff here. Once again, just sloppy work, guys. Sloppy work, I'll tell you that. Sloppy work. Not very good. Like here, this is sloppy. This is sloppy right here. Come on, little drawing thing. That's sloppy. It should have been down a little bit more if the guy was better. It should have been more of a coiling up, okay? They kind of know what they're doing, but they don't know quite how to execute it, okay? They do not have the expertise. And here's another thing. Another mistake. Overshot too far. Overshot too far. This is a waste of money, okay? This is a waste of money. You shouldn't have to force it up. Look at the volume here. You shouldn't have to force it up that high. That should have been way lower volume, like around down in this area, to be able to force it up. It's because they don't know how to capture supply. And so they're forcing it up. They're burning funds. And they're burning funds to such an extent is that what's going to happen with Tron is that it's going to deflate. Boom. Okay, it's going to deflate because these people are trying to get control of Tron and they don't know how. This is a wannabe CEO. Okay, so that's Tron. Doesn't look good for Tron. Let's go to another one. Here's another lovely that people just love. I think I lost 1,000 viewers on this one alone. Because anyway, this is XRP. XRP. This guy's a little bit better. Okay. At least they let it stagger out into a couple calls. Okay. Over there. But better here. See, this is a better one. That's better than the Tron guy. Tron guy is sophomoric, man. And here, this took an awful lot of juice to bump up. So to me, this looks like a different guy came in and started managing the fund. Okay, as far as I can tell, that's what it looks like to me. What do we start seeing? Larger increases than necessary. Unnecessary spending of money to get the job done. Have to force it up way too much than it should have been. Having the recalls not deep enough. They can't get it deep enough. That should have been much deeper, like right around in here. They couldn't accomplish that. So this is a different guy. The guy back here is worth the money. This guy isn't. So this should have been a much deeper V. It wasn't. So they did capture some funds here just out of brute force, and so they were able to push it up. And then finally they were able to push it up again. Okay. And this came down. They should have been able to push that down further, in my opinion. And then down here, that should have been, they should have been able to control it, so it wouldn't have bounced right quite in that area, but came down and up. And I'm talking about market situation stuff. You guys are probably wondering what the hell I'm talking about. Anyways, you can see here, I was analyzing this stuff, and this is part of the stuff I do when I analyze. Okay. But as you can see here, this blue line here, I've had these boxes here. It hit my boxes. I have another big ass box here. This blue line here looks like kind of a square. That's where I think it's going. And I drew this way back in here at this first big rise. That's about when I drew this line. And I mean, it's following it to a T. It's just following that line. So that's where I think XRP is going, mainly due to mismanagement. Okay, they should get this person back, in my opinion. Yes, XRP folks, you hear that? My Digibyte address is below. You guys know what to do. So yeah, so that's what happens when you have somebody that's experienced, is able to make the market go up and down, and then keep it higher for a longer period of time, and then even be able to shoot it up higher. This is a failed increase. Let me bring this up again. This person's just pissing me off. This was a failed increase to get it going higher. That's where it should have gone if they had a decent manager. Now it looks like they're dipping way down below here. It might go down here and then start shooting up. Okay? But it should have, in my opinion, already been on the upswing. But what's going on? So you have a pretty good market maker, but not the caliber that's in BTC. So this would be somebody like in a pretty large hedge fund, something like that, that's doing it. Okay, but not like a Fidelity. I mean, it's you know, you're talking, oh, I want a Lambo. Yeah, it's comparing a Lambo to an Aston Martin. Okay, there's a difference. If you think Lambos rule, well, go sit in an Austin, man. Having some coffee here. Goodness gracious. So yeah, so it's interesting. If this guy, if Ripple had a better, and I'm not saying Ripple hired him, okay? This would be like, what, Greystone or something, all right? Good size, but not, you know what I mean? If they had a better composite operator in here doing this thing, XRP people would have been much happier than they are right now. So that is kind of the point. I mean, the operators really bring value. You may think it's manipulation and stuff like that, but I actually see them as an important part of the markets as a whole, and I think they really bring value and expertise into the trading community. And that's me. Okay, all right, so that's that on composite operators. That was long enough. Okay, the key. What is the holding company of the key? I brought this up in my last video. I said is Ebaonet. Okay, what is Ebaonet? Check this out. It is www.ebaonet.cn/English /en for English, right? So it's .cn for China /en. You check this out, and you'll say, oh my gosh, that's the key. So check it out. They have their products here: health insurance, social insurance, human resources, and social security. 1, 2, 3. So they have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. They had the national 1, 2, 3, 3, 3 day, right? So it's 3, 3, 3. Imagine that. Insurance pay. Here's their thing. This is the key. Successful use cases. And yeah, there they are. They don't have the newest one from the key. It's still under development. They had a trial, but yeah, anyway, pretty cool. They've been around here. Look at this, media reports. Oh, there they are. There they are. Kaifeng, Human Resources and Social Security 123 application. Showcased in the 12333 National Day. Yep, that is it. You look at the key, same thing. Ebaonet product was selected. Might as well say the key product was selected. These guys, they're one and the same. Oops, get back up there. There's Catherine, right? See Catherine there? Yeah. All right, and you can scroll on down. Check out this website. Here's the thing, the Key Fund. Oh my gosh. Scientific research. Launched June 30th, 2018, which is founded by Ebaonet, Healthcare Information Technology out of Beijing. The Key Fund is dedicated to development, I'm reading right here, to developments and applications of blockchain technologies and social insurance services. It will focus on social insurance data, especially healthcare insurance data, which is one of the major digital assets of the whole society, closely related to the people's livelihood. Yes, and then some. Okay, so you can check this out and you might be amazed. You might not, but yeah, this is Ebaonet. Okay, and yeah, check them out. Do your research on them. And this is basically the holding company of the Key. And so these guys have come up with a whole bunch of products and stuff in the past. They're stable, they're legitimate, they've been doing business for a while. The Key is just blockchain enabling this. Basically, that's all the Key's doing. All right, to make things way more efficient for their current products. All right, now you probably have a much better understanding of the Key. I should have brought this up a long time ago. Anyway, that's about it. Just going over to the chats. So say hi to people and stuff like that. Gonna bell. Please like and subscribe. Get notified before you do. Leave comments, and I try to answer every single one of them. Have a great, fantastic day. Now we're going over to say hi to the people in the chats. Oh, there's like one person. Okay, great. And Gabriel says, live long and prosper with DGB. Okay, well, thank you so much. Appreciate it. And I guess that's it. It's one of those days. But have a wonderful night, and I'll catch you later. Okay, bye.